So I'm working on the back deck here, and try to be lazy and make it square, but it just looks like crap. Doesn't fit. Sticks out like a sore thumb. So now I'm angling it like I originally wanted to do. Guess laziness doesn't pay off. Laziness doesn't look good. So there's a preview of the back deck and what I tried to get away with, but didn't work. There's a little spot. That's where the driver's seat's going to go. So got lots of cutting to do and welding again. The engine's installed, and right here and right there is where a hatch is going to go. It's going to hinge in the middle. Hinge in the middle and open up. I'll have a crossbar that's removable somehow. Haven't figured that out yet. But a crossbar in the middle for more support on the hatch, so when you walk on it, it doesn't bow, because that's kind of a big gap. But here we go. I got half of it done. Definitely think that looks a lot better than that does. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Did I make the right choice? I guess it's a little late if I didn't, because that right side's getting chopped off here next. Looking sweet. Well, there's the back framing. Now that I got it angled all the way, I think it turned out pretty nice. Got all my mess cleaned up in there. Working on the gas tank, getting that mounted down in there. And the engine. Nice little spot here in the back to put a name once it's skinned. I'm just trying to get all my other little framework installed in there for this table full of stuff. It's got to go in there yet. But it's looking pretty sweet. So here's a helpful little hint or tip, trick, whatever you want to call it. So I want to put a bilge pump right there. However, there's no place to secure the bilge pump to, because the bilge pump comes with this little plate that you need to screw to something. So what do? You make this little tray right here. Use a little piece of scrap metal, something you got laying around. That way you can rivet your bilge pump, and in this case I have a float switch. You can rivet that to the, you can rivet them together. And then, after you install your bilge pump, you're doing a 1,200 gallon an hour bilge pump. It sucks to do with one hand. It's not very much fun. There we go. That's a Tsunami 1,200 gallon an hour badass bilge pump. So now you have a place for it to sit and mount to without having to drill a hole through the bottom of your boat. Now the question is how do you secure it to the side or wherever you choose to secure it to? Well, there's a few options. You can weld it. You can glue it, which I personally won't do because I don't trust glue to hold anything. Or you can rivet it. But this is a normal pop rivet right here. See how it's got the bottom little oh, my camera sucks. It's got that little ball in the bottom, so when you pop it through, there's still a hole. If you use that and it's below the water line, you're going to run into issues with water coming in through them. So you want to use something called a closed end rivet. See the difference? It's all sealed in the back. It's still essentially like a pop rivet, but it's called a closed end rivet, and you can actually use them to replace leaking loose rivets that you have in the bottom of your aluminum boat. What I do is I'll drill out the old rivets and stick one of these in with a little bit of silicone or some similar sealant and pop it into place. So these little guys are great. They're kind of expensive. I think they're like 75 cents a piece. Find them on Amazon. But they're worth having around. So that's a little trick in how you mount a bilge pump. Well, here's what I'm ending the weekend with. Got the gas tank installed. Made brackets. That way they are removable. So if you ever do need to get the gas tank out, you can. It's bolted in there. Bolted in down there. I got the fuel on-off switch mounted and fuel water separator. I still have to replace all the fuel lines yet. That's why those aren't hooked up and kind of all loose and whatnot. Put gas in this thing. You're going to open up, essentially pretend this is the hatch door. And open up this hatch. And then it's just a normal gas cap. Even has a fancy little cable there. You fill it up there and boom. Nice and solid. Ain't going nowhere. I got the engine installed. I think I said that before, so I'll shut up about that. Well, yeah. Next is to start getting some of the wiring set up. I'm going to get rid of the oil injection on this. I'm just going to run 2-stroke premix. So I got to get the parts for that. Get electrical components, brackets and everything made up. Get a battery tray made. And then start skinning this bad boy. So if you want to see what she looks like skinned, feel free to subscribe so that video will pop up when it's loaded. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day.